On Sunday, August 4, 2019, our beloved Supreme Master Qinghai graciously shared precious time to read from the book about the venerated Lord Mahavira to our fellow Kuan Yin practitioners at the New Land in Taiwan, also known as Formosa. Just after beginning the chapter called Saving Gaushalak, Master reminded us to always think and speak positively.
Change the habit, okay, of negative thinking and expression. Make it positive all the time. Even if it doesn't work, you lose nothing. At least somebody hears something positive next to you, they're happy. What for saying some negative things, even when it doesn't happen? So we should just always say something good, hoping it will come true. We don't care if it comes true or not. Life goes on. And we'll be happy, to live the way it is.
Master also spoke about climate change and how the spread of veganism is affecting our planet in a beneficial way.
Recently, in last few years, many unprecedented heat waves, they kill people in Europe. Too hot. People are not used to it. And so now many countries are very alarmed right now. They know climate change is truly here, has been here already and continue to be here. Even United Nations declare climate emergency. Leaders of many nations do that and try very hard to think of the way to curb the rising temperatures. It's already rise 1 degree or 1.5 degrees. And it's already like that. Imagine if 2 degrees more, 3 degrees, 4, 5, we are finito. The children of our later generations will be really hard hit. If any parents really love their children and their grandchildren, they should be vegan by now. That's the fastest way. You see, at the moment, not 100% vegan in the whole world yet, but the trend is rising, And you can see the immediate effect already that the ocean is empowered to take in more CO2. And the forests are also empowered to take in more CO2. This is very paradoxical because if it's too hot, how can the ocean even take in more CO2? Yes, if it's too hot, how can the ocean take in more CO2? Because according to scientific recorded research, when the ocean is heated or hotter than usual, it will emit even more CO2. And this is contrary to logic and reason, that as the climate climbs up, the ocean now is taking more CO2. You understand? It is the blessing of the compassionate energy. Okay, it's a blessing from heaven and of the humans change into a more loving, benevolent way of life. This is very obvious proof already. It's taking in more now to help the planet, to help humans. That is no doubt in response to the compassionate way of life that the humans are in the process of implementing. Very good. Every day I watch, whenever I can, I watch SMTV. I saw the change. I saw the vegan trend is keep rising up. Oh, my heart feels so good. Not as good as it should be because I want it faster. You know, my temperamento. Yeah, but still it's better than nothing. And I hope people will change quicker for the generations after our generation.
At a speech on September 10, 2018 at UN headquarters, His Excellency Antonio Guterres delivered a speech on climate change and his vision for the 2019 Climate Change Summit.
Climate change is the defining issue of our time, and we are at a defining moment. we face a direct existential threat. Climate change is moving faster than we are, and its speed has provoked a sonic boom SOS across our world. And that is why today I'm appealing for leadership from politicians, from business and scientists, and from the public everywhere. We have the tools to make our actions effective. Dear friends, let there be no doubt about the urgency of the crisis.
In a letter to the cable news network CNN, dated May 21, 2019, His Excellency Keith Claudius Mitchell, the Prime Minister of Grenada, wrote,
"Where the international community once talked of urgency, let us now be clear. This is an emergency. For us in the islands, climate change is indeed an existential threat."
On May 1, 2019, the UK became the first country in the world to formally declare a state of environmental and climate emergency. British Labour Party leader Jeremy Corbyn said,
"We have no time to waste. We are living in a climate crisis that will spiral dangerously out of control unless we take rapid and dramatic action now. This is no longer about a distant future. We're talking about nothing less than the irreversible destruction of the environment within our lifetimes of members of this House."
We have a climate crisis that is a planetary emergency.
We may be at the point of no return. Our small low-lying islands will be submerged. It's an issue of human survival. If the world community, the different countries don't kick the carbon habit, there will be other countries next on the line.
There are at least 18 islands submerged around the world. Lohachara, India, 10,000 residents affected. Bedford, Kavaskadi, Suparabanga Islands near India, 6,000 families affected. Chesapeake Bay in Maryland, USA, 13 islands. Kiribati, 3 atolls. Half of Bangladesh's Bola Island permanently flooded, 500,000 people affected. 7 islands in Manus, a province of Papua New Guinea. Once inhabited islands in the Niger Delta region. Islands sinking or at risk from rising sea levels.
Over 40 nations.
Some 50 other islands jeopardized in the India, Bangladesh, Sundarbans, with a population of 2 million. Kutubdia in southeastern Bangladesh lost over 200,000 residents, with remaining 150,000 likely soon to depart.
etc. In a letter to respected COP21 world leaders in Paris, France in 2015, Supreme Master Qinghai urgently advised them to implement vegan law as a solution to mitigate global warming. The letter reads as follows.
Respected COP21 world leaders Paris, my special salute and best wishes to all of your distinguished, honored ladies and gentlemen who have gathered in Paris for the protection of our world. This is just a reminder that just paying money alone cannot save lives, but being vegan does. A lot of evidence and information about this for you to consider are in the book From Crisis to Peace, free online at crisis2peace.org. Countless lives in the present and future, including yours and your children's future, children of your children's, are in your hands. Save them by voting for and implementing vegan law to stabilize the climate. Otherwise, lives on Earth will perish, and we will be committing a graver offense than all the acts of killing and wars combined. With all love in God, yours most sincerely, Supreme Master Ching Hai.
Returning to saving Gaushalak, the benevolent Lord Mahavira saved his disciple from a ball of fire thrown at him by an ascetic who had been angered by Gaushalak's insolent behavior towards him, even disrespectfully calling him an abode of insects. Master explained that we should always address sincere seekers of the truth with reverence.
So, turning back, he saw the approaching fireball from the compassionate heart of Shraman Mahavira flowed a spontaneous stream of cool, pacifying energy. When the nectar glands of Mahavira fell on the fireball, it subsided. The angry hermit was astonished to see his fireball dead, extinguished. So he recognized Mahavira as a much greater and more benevolent power than he. So he said, "Pardon me, oh embodiment of benevolence." That is the country of the abode of insects. You see? Yeah, you have to learn manners. Negative words hurt and make people also angry. If they're not angry, at least they feel pain, hurt. So we should be careful what we say, unless really necessary. If not necessary, keep quiet. If we cannot say something kindly, benevolently, beautifully, then don't say anything. If the situation does not ask for, then save it. But this ascetic, he was truly very educated. He was angry then, but he wasn't angry if Gaushalak did not provoke him time and time, again and again. He already warned him to stop, he did not stop. So he got angry. But still, he has realization within him. He has spiritual education. So when he recognized somebody greater than him, he addressed him so reverently. That is the way we should always do. So this tapas was really very polite and indeed educated spiritually. You should learn from stories. I'm not just reading to you to entertain you. Every story has some moral lesson to learn from. Remember that, okay? And to improve yourself wherever you lack. We are born perfect, but then we be in the world and contaminated all the time. And it become our nature, second nature. So watch that, okay? Watch it. Try as best as you can. Make people happy.
Most beloved Master, a humble and forever gratitude for your gracious patience, boundless love, and perfect embodiment of purity, kindness, and respect for all beings. May we earnestly practice spiritually and truly learn from your benevolent teachings to be good and worthy citizens of the Golden Age. In God's love, may Master always be in excellent health, protected by the mighty heavens. For the full broadcast of this lecture by Supreme Master Ching Hai, please tune in to Between Master and Disciples at a later date.